Found out my wife of 6 years is cheating on me, so I'll become a chemical weapon before delivering divorce papers. Original post. Title is kinda self-explanatory. Found out after going through her phone that she's been cheating on me for almost a year already, and with multiple partners. Sucks to be me, but I have most things settled up as I'm already in touch with a couple of lawyers to get my options, since we have a prenup that covers certain assets as well as custody issues. I also found proof of things that may allow me to pursue full custody of our kids. So, no worries on the relationship front, it's a sunken ship already. I'm just keeping quiet to buy time to get the best results in our divorce. The thing I need to get off my chest is that I'm planning a petty revenge to at least get her punished. Since this opportunity window is so good, I'd say karma itself is giving me a chance to get her. Our kids got the flu and allergies, they currently can't smell anything. Also, we just sent the couch to be cleaned, and it'll only come back tomorrow. So we'll end up having to sleep in the same bed, and that's how I'm planning my revenge. I'm going to abuse that, as for the last 36 hours I've changed my whole diet, eating over a dozen eggs, cabbage, bean stew, chili, steamed sweet potatoes, tons of red meat, and other stuff. These are foods I enjoy but usually consume in moderation, as all of them give me gas issues and make me fart a lot, and those sometimes carry a stench that even I find mildly unbearable. My future ex, however, is quite sensitive to the smell. She even puked once after a barbecue that left me with bad gas. She's currently working right now, so she has no idea what awaits her, as I've been eating without telling her. I can already feel my stomach twitching, so it looks like it'll be a very toxic night for a very toxic partner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll have a burrito as well since I plan on binge eating enough to get the worst possible karma smell for her. Reading the top comments before the update. I have never wanted an update about farts as much as I do now. The people demand a continuation of the farting saga. It's a cliffhanger worthy of Shakespeare. We need the details. Was it a masterpiece of acoustics? A chemical attack? Tactical silence? Everyone froze in anticipation. Farticipation. While this all sounds very satisfying, and I am all for the gassy revenge, the bit where you said, "I can get full custody of the kids," alarmed me. By all means, take revenge on your cheating wife, but seriously don't use your kids for that. Your job is to put them first in all matters, and what they need is not to be traumatized by being fought over and used as pawns in your dirty fist fight. So, if you think it's best for their mental and physical well-being for you to get custody, by all means, go through with it. But if you're only doing this out of pettiness, go F yourself. Your children aren't chess pieces. You do not wage war on their backs. You do not cut them off from their mom or make it difficult for them to see her. You do not create drama where they can overhear or be negatively impacted by it. They will go through enough without you making it extra messy for their mom. Wake up and be a good dad, first and foremost. If that means she walks away easier than you'd like, so be it. Your top priority is the children, and that needs to stay that way indefinitely. You don't get to satisfy your rage through them. My children will not be affected. As I said, they have runny noses and can't smell a thing, so they won't be affected a single bit. They are my priority. That's why I'm delaying the divorce and posing as a fool until I can be sure to divorce their mother in a way that's also in their best interest. The issue about custody, I'll apologize but I can't reveal further, just that I found out more stuff than the cheating, and I'm working with my lawyers on how to use that to get full custody, as it's for my children's well-being as well. Obviously, I don't know the details, but love your kids more than you hate your soon-to-be ex. Kids need both parents, so if there is no real risk, don't withhold or limit time. Update. Well, I've read most of the comments, and since many asked for an update I'll provide one after answering some questions. 1. The children are definitely mine, they're carbon copies of me down to a birthmark. We all have that is exactly the same. Also, the youngest was born a few years before any cheating happened. I went over the last 2 years of texts, and the cheating/bad stuff started only around a year ago. 2. As for the custody issue, I consulted with 4 different lawyers, all of them agreed that the issues I found, besides the cheating, are grounds for me to pursue full custody, so I picked the one my gut told me would give the best results. She's already working on the case and the papers will be delivered once we have all bases covered, but at the moment I'm not in a hurry. Even in the worst-case scenario where things quickly spiral, it would just make the divorce easier. 3. As far as the kids dealing with the divorce, they have actually been avoiding their mother. I noticed them doing it a few months ago, That's when I had a gut feeling and snooped and found it all. I've messaged my own therapist to see if she has anyone she could refer the kids to so they can fully navigate the issue. Right now, as said before, it's not an emergency. If the situation calls for it, I'm, as best as I can be, prepared. Now, the update. The night was pretty eventful. My children could not smell, thank God, but they could listen. Their laughs at the funny sounds I made were lovable. I blamed a dish that started smelling funny. My wife had some for lunch and dealt with stomach pain, so she didn't even suspect I deliberately filled the room with gas. That night she puked a few times, basically until her stomach was empty. At worst she had to clean the corridors because she couldn't make it to the toilet in time. I went to help her clean only to let loose an unexpected bomb which made her puke again. She ended up sleeping on the floor because she couldn't stand to be in the bedroom. According to her, I soiled the ambient air. As for my stomach issues, I'm currently working from home with in-person days 2 to 3 times per month at most, and I'll probably spend the day working from the toilet bowl, but it still feels worth it. I won't dwell on the divorce proceedings as I'm currently working on getting evidence of her issues to pursue full custody. So far my children are safe, and I can pretend to be the fool who's constantly being cheated on as long as their well-being is not threatened. I have no need to hurry. Next story. My ex-mother-in-law sent her church friends to harass my daughters and I have now exposed her family to her church community and she's getting shamed and shunned at church. My daughters have a strained relationship with my ex-husband's parents. My ex passed away in an accident last year, and we've had some major family drama since, due to his cheating and him leaving 2 boys born from his affair partner orphaned. She also died. Part of the drama has been my ex-in-laws trying to get custody of my daughters, and also trying to live with us. The first one we're going to court over, the second one will never happen. Where we live, there's a weekend market with fresh produce, eggs, meats, and other products straight from farmers. This week was extra special since it was my youngest's birthday. Since her party is later in the month, I decided to give her a budget and set her loose at the market to get whatever she wanted, mostly chocolate and sweets. After an hour, I started getting worried, and just before I called her, she called me. She was crying, saying some weird people had cornered her. I ran to her with my oldest daughter to find 6 older women berating my daughter for being unchristian, for refusing to spend time with her paternal grandparents, or for not wanting to be a good big sister to her poor orphan baby brothers. My daughters are the ones who found out about my ex cheating and the babies, so they aren't fond of the kids. It's trauma, and they are working with a therapist. I got between the group and my daughter, telling my eldest to go pay for her sister's things and head to the car. Then I turned to the women, some of whom I knew from when we went to my ex-in-law's church, and ripped them a new one. They told me I was worse for refusing to obey my ex-in-laws like a good Christian wife. Barf. Eventually, the screaming got too loud, and we were all asked to leave the market. I met with my girls in the car, the women following me like a group of vultures. I managed to get in and drive away. After my girls went to bed, I got online to talk to another member of the church that I'm on good terms with. I told him about what happened, and after he apologized, he told me what was going on. My ex-mother-in-law had posted a massive story in the church's Facebook group about how horrible my daughters and I are, how we are leaving them homeless and penniless, they inherited my ex's personal bank account and his life insurance, and how my daughters don't even talk to them. She also accused us of being the reason she lost her grandsons. The boys are now living with distant relatives of my ex-husband. Basically, it was a sob story worthy of a Hallmark movie. And of course, they were getting all the love and support from the more extremist members of their church. This church and its members are a bit annoying, especially with LGBTQ+ topics, but they have one saving grace: they are incredibly strict about cheating. It's a big no-no, for either husband or wife. Now, how did she get around blaming me about the affair children without exposing the cheating? She claimed the other woman was our surrogate since I was unable to have more children. Then she said I didn't want the babies because they were boys, which is absolutely disgusting to be accused of. Well, I decided it was time to clean up this mess, and since I was mid-divorce when my ex died, I had all the evidence I needed. And since the divorce wasn't completed, I don't have any legal ramifications for releasing the evidence. I was off the next day and went to a print shop to get copies of all the delightful pictures of my ex cheating, his text conversations with his affair partner, the ones with his parents confessing to his cheating and supporting him, my ex-in-laws harassing me about the divorce, and my coup de grace, all the emails and text messages of them bullying my daughters about their baby brothers. In one of them, They called my daughters bastards and told them it was their fault their father died since they told me about the affair and I began the divorce. This one was literally 2 days after my ex died. I paid extra for all of this to be printed on beautiful, high-quality paper. Then, when I got home, I sat down for hours to make delightfully personalized binders. They looked like the little prayer song packets the church gives out for people to sing hymns. The first picture when opening the binders was my ex and his side woman making out in our living room. Their faces were easy to see, and the girl looked nothing like me, different skin tone and hair color. Underneath, I wrote, ex-husband's name and affair girl's name, love story. I took them to the church before service. There's a desk in the back with the songbooks for people who forget theirs, and they never check them. The gossip mill was quick and harsh. The names my ex and his affair partner got called on Facebook were so bad the pastor himself had to step in just to keep things relatively PG-13. People were furious at my ex-in-laws for their abuse of my daughters, but what made me laugh was that I was still in the wrong for the divorce. But it is understandable that I failed in my duties after the shock, and I possibly will one day return to the light, unlike my cheating husband and his Jezebel. They used another word I can't type here, I imagine. I got 2 apology letters in the mail for my girls, and an invitation to rejoin the church for support. As for my ex-in-laws, they got shamed into leaving the church. My ex-mother-in-law made a post on her wall about how alienated she feels and how no one cares for the elderly anymore. How she wished her great son was still alive since he would have taken care of her and her husband. With what money, I don't know, since I was the breadwinner. Explanation on the will. My ex-husband had a will that named his parents as beneficiaries. As far as I was aware, he had told me he'd named our daughters, not them. I never pushed for me to be the beneficiary, as my own will names only my daughters, not him. Now you're a good mom for going nuclear after they attacked your daughter. Good for you disguising those as prayer song packets. Those idiots sheltered a sinner, then got caught in their own web of lies. The gossip is too juicy not to pass around. They totally forgot about that old saying, let those who are without sin cast the first stone. And there's no hate like Christian love. F around and find out. Sorry, not sorry. They would have still been church members if they hadn't started lying about OP and her daughters. Instead those two got hit with a nuke of loneliness and shame after OP's post-pro revenge exposing her cheating ex. Those two only have themselves to blame for not shutting the F up when they had chances, especially since it seems they live in a state where you have to show proof of infidelity in court, and OP had receipts at the time of the divorce/his death. My jaw dropped at them suing you for permanent custody and also wanting to move in with you. How disconnected from reality must they be? They've gotten really bad since my ex died, to be honest. I don't know if it's grief or something else. Do they have other kids? They may be looking for you to take care of them in their old age. They do not. Next story. Update. My wife and everyone else thinks I got laid off, but really I quit so I could make a go at being a Twitch streamer full-time. An update and my divorce destroyed me and she's dating again now. Original post. My wife doesn't follow or know anything about Twitch or video games at all. She has no knowledge of or connection to the industry I used to work in. She is a paramedic, so she works different shifts and does not know I stream at times when she is not home. Her salary is enough to cover our bills, although things will be a bit tighter until I start making money from my stream. I'm not going to tell anyone until I'm bringing in enough money that I can do it full time. I have never been happier or less stressed than I am now. It's easy for me to lock myself in my home office and say I'm networking and job hunting when I'm really streaming if my wife and or my 3-year-old is home. If she's not working or my daughter is not at daycare it's harder, but I make it work. I feel a bit guilty for lying, but I have wanted to do this for a long time. No one I know in real life knows. Obviously posting this with a throwaway. Reading the top comments before the update. She's going to find out and leave you. So you're never going to tell anyone. You're not going to make money, you're a loser taking advantage of your wife. Grow up and get a job and help take care of your child. Or you can wait till your wife finds out what a deceitful user you are and hopefully leaves you. You are being a really, really bad husband. If I were your wife, I would not care if you started making money doing this, because I would be heartbroken that you lied and deceived me. And not over something small, over quitting your job. The entire financial burden is now on her, and she doesn't even know. What if she decided to quit or gets fired? You guys would be up Craps Creek without a paddle. Not being dramatic, but I would leave you over this. This is insanity. Update, 3 years later. I know I'll probably get flamed, but I get it. I understand that I am the one who ruined my life and my marriage. My divorce was finalized a year ago. She found out about 6 months after I posted. I understand that I was wrong and that I screwed up. I regret my stupidity so much. She left our flat with our daughter and went to live with her sister, hired a solicitor, and that was it. Don't be stupid like me. We've been divorced for a year, and I just found out she started dating again. I'm gutted. I miss her. I miss my daughter because she only lives with me half the time. Whenever I see my wife's sister or other members of her family, they give me the stink eye. I can't believe I was such a lazy a-hole while she was out there busting her ass as a paramedic. I understand why everyone hates me and sided with her. I know I'll get judged either way, but I'm posting in case anyone understands what I'm going through, being gutted when your ex starts dating again. I read your original post, and the funny thing is that everyone told you this was going to happen, and it did. The fact that everyone told him this was going to happen and it did is so funny to me. Like bro, even a child would have seen this coming from miles away. I'm shocked it made it to 6 months. His wife must have really trusted him to put that kind of blind faith in him for that long. When a woman is working her butt off to keep everything going, she usually has no extra energy to wonder about or look into the particulars of her partner's situation. Ask me how I know. My personal favorite part from the original post. It's easy for me to lock myself in my home office and say I'm networking and job hunting when I'm really streaming if my wife and or my 3-year-old is home. So the wife is going to work, coming home, and shouldering childcare under the guise of job hunting, when in reality, he's playing games. You could have kept your job and streamed at night, you idiot. That's what he was doing originally, but he decided to quit to prioritize his Twitch career. He said he'd Twitch stream and that his wife didn't know he was doing it since she was at work. He also quit his job when his streaming wasn't even making money. It's one thing if it had become popular and profitable, but in his original post he literally said he would wait until he was making money off it to tell his wife. Maybe, I don't know, wait until it's making money before quitting. How's the streaming career? Well, if he streams the way he posts on Reddit, once every 3 years, I'd say not very well. Who would have guessed it's not that easy? It's like a multi-level marketing. People see someone be successful at it and think they can be too. For everyone that is successful, there are thousands who fail.